Hello everyone, my name is Trevor, I go by TheMrTrails, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I have a few Relentless Savagery builds that I was playing around with for you guys, and for the weapons that need it, we'll throw Acidic on there as well. I'll show you guys the builds, and then I'll give you my overall opinion on this playstyle and the builds. You guys know the drill, drop a like, subscribe if you're new. This many people aren't subscribed or whatever, and if you want to become a channel member for 99 cents, you will get ad-free viewing and your name in the credits of the videos. Alright, so let's go over the first of the builds here for Warpike, and you can also do this build with Chain Blades. We're going to be rocking the Torgadora Warpike, Double Berserker inside, Savage Wellspring, Munitions Amplifier with the Hellion Bond. And minor leak / spoiler here, you might want to be using the Charog Bond after 1.8.4. We're going to be rocking the Discipline Omnicell. You can use any lantern that you want to have a molten inside of it. I'm not using tonics on these builds, and I'll explain why in a little bit. And for our armor pieces, we have the Time Weave Helmet with Relentless inside. We have the Quill Shot Jacket with Savagery inside. We've got the Malkarian Gloves with Relentless inside, and we've got the Thrax Boots with Cunning inside. If you want to play a different Omnicell, like if you want to go with a Revenant, you might want to change this to a Chronivore Boots with Pulse inside instead. But the perk summary on this build is going to be 6 Berserker, 6 Cunning, 6 Predator, 6 Relentless, 6 Savagery, 3 Molten, 3 Overpower. The reason I'm not really interested in using Catalyst or Tonics on these builds is that you really don't need the Blitz Tonic at all when you are running Relentless, because the Aether Rush is going to increase your attack speed by 30% itself. Then if we throw the Molten on here, then you're also getting another 10% there. So you're basically going to be wasting this 27% attack speed boost on 10% attack speed because the attack speed cap is 50%. And then our other weapons, we have Repeaters right here, we got Strikers right here. Both of those have built-in attack speed bonuses that will get you to the cap attack speed. Then we've got our build for the Repeaters here. We have the Torgadora Repeaters with Relentless Berserker inside, Marksman Chamber, Captain's Grip, Tactician's Magazine, and the Hellion Bond. Discipline Omnicell, your choice of lantern, it doesn't really matter, and a Molten inside. And for the armor, we've got pretty much the same armor setup. We've got the Time Weave Helmet with Acidic inside. We've got the Quill Shot Jacket with Savagery. We've got the Malkarian Gloves with Relentless. Then we've got the Chronivore Boots with Pulse on this one for the hit syncing between the Hellion Unique Effect and Pulse. So this build's perk summary is 6 Predator, 6 Pulse, 6 Relentless, 6 Savagery, 3 Acidic, 3 Berserker, 3 Molten, and 3 Overpower. Then the other weapon I played around with this on was Strikers. We've got the Thrax Strikers with Acidic Berserker inside, Titan's Crash, Cyclonic Strike Plate, Riftstalker Bond. For this kind of a build, you could go with Adamant Bolt for slightly faster wounds, but you are trading the staggers that you would get from Titan's Crash for those wounds, so it's kind of here, there, whichever one might be better. Rockin' Discipline Omnicell, your choice of lantern. We'll go Etheric Attunement on this one because we already have the Assassin's Frenzy from the weapon. And armor loadout is the same as the first build. Time Weave Helmet Relentless, the Quill Shot Jacket with Savagery, the Malkarian Gloves with Relentless, and the Thrax Boots with Cunning. So this build's going to have 6 Cunning, 6 Predator, 6 Relentless, 6 Savagery, 3 Acidic, 3 Etheric Attunement, 3 Assassin's Frenzy, 3 Berserker. So what's my opinion on these builds? At least as far as leveling and stuff like that goes, the ones with Acidic aren't really good, because unless you have an interruptible behemoth like our Embermane here, they just aren't going to do that well at focusing parts as much as you need them to actually get a wound. So as of 1.8.3/1.8.4, Acidic does take away your part damage in order to deal wound damage, making it not great when it comes to being able to part focus. As you can see, this Quill Shot is very mobile right now. And if I was just running a regular repeater set, those horns would probably already be broken. You know, I guess the benefit here is that now we have the Savagery. We're going to kill it pretty much right now. And then we're coming over to the Charog here. We're going to be able to deal slightly more damage up front than we were before because we have the Aether Rush. So we do get that wound faster. So for these double behemoth fights, after you get the first wound, it's kind of better. But here's where the real issue comes in. If you fight Savit or maybe a Bloodshot Shroud in Umbral Escalation, these are going to be some very, very long fights with these kind of builds, because you're not going to interrupt it. With Repeaters, you're not really going to stagger it either. You see, I even have Virulent Impact, and this fight still takes probably 2 minutes, I would guess. Now, my Virulent Impact is not dealing as much damage as it could be because we do have Acidic on, but for this kind of a fight, you really just can't focus the parts that you need to be able to get a wound with Acidic to activate your Savagery and Relentless. I'm over halfway done with Savit's health bar here, and I have yet to actually wound anything, and that's actually pretty common. And if you're running a build with lifesteal, keep in mind it does take away from the lifesteal that you would be gaining because you have Acidic on the build. So for these builds with Acidic at least, it's kind of hard to recommend them at the moment. They have been playing around with making Acidic better, and after that we'll probably revisit this and check out if these builds are worth it in that state. But as they stand, not being able to break parts to get these wounds is still kind of a bad trade-off, even if you could potentially get better damage than on a regular build. It's just the behemoths stay too mobile for you to actually capitalize on the wound damage you're getting here. But for the weapons that deal wound damage on their own, like Pike and Chain Blades, these builds actually aren't that bad. You know, Savagery was already good on Pike as it was before, Relentless not so much. But this patch did kind of make Relentless appealing for Warpike, at least in casual play it did. Chain Blades are still going to need some improvements to the heavy combo before the playstyle would really take off with this kind of build. But yeah, for Pike and Chain Blades, these builds are not too bad. But that is pretty much going to be it for this video. I probably would have scripted this out a little bit more if I wasn't working on a pretty big project yesterday. Probably spent like 13 hours on it and I'm only like maybe 10% done with it. But once again, consider dropping a like for me, subscribing if you're new, become a channel member for 99 cents for some pretty awesome perks. And I've been Trevor, I go by the Mr. Trails, and I will catch you guys next time.